Hi, you're with Tabitha from Tabandy Farm, and now Hannah and I are up to sculpting our hats around the finished shape of our country hat. So, we've been busy while we were away and we have done some dyeing. Now, for the next stage, you can use a few things to set your fibres. We have an old hat. Now, as I've said, wool is very sculptural, so whatever we set the fibres and shrink the fibres to is how they will stay. The same way we were rolling, it was that was shrinking. Whatever we are massaging and manipulating, that's the shape it'll stay to. Now, because we're making a country style hat, we want this lovely basic shape. We can change that a little with our wool too, to suit ourselves and our own creative flair. So, but an old country hat is fantastic. It's got a basic shape there. Now, for sizing, well, also these are plastic molds that we can use, but you can also use an upside down bowl, plastic bowl.
Oh yeah.
And so you can get them in different size bowls too. But another way that I like to size up is just using ordinary bags, plastic bags or bubble wrap or a material, something that gives you resistance, that's okay to be wet, because we can add to that. We can add around the sides, etc. So a lot of the sizing is done, or the other thing we can use is our own head.
Oh yeah, sure.
So using our own head is another good size indicator. We have control over the end product and over our sizing and the way that it's shaped. Okay, so the way we begin, I've refreshened our bucket again. It's hot soapy water. So the first thing we're going to do is just, because it's hot, we're just going to pop it in there. And now, in our hat, even though it's quite a simple pattern, there's always a front and a back. So we're going to place it over our mould, like so. And you know how we had it sideways, like so? Then this was our seam, which you can see. So basically, one of those will be our front and one will be our back. Then we're going to get our soap and we're going to add it. Yes, and this is where it becomes like a pottery wheel.
Oh yeah.
And it's lovely, and we massage. We start to massage. And see, it starts to shrink and get into place. And we can go around the sides like so. And as you're massaging, pull in your, because you can probably feel that your brim might be a little bit, but just if you massage it just like so, we can bring our brim in. Now see here, I've got the basic shape, but I've got a bigger size. And I can come in then and use my hand underneath, because my hat mold here and your hat there is a medium, but because I'm making mine a size up for a large man, I am going to not shrink mine all the way. See how quick it transforms. It's amazing. a bit squishy, you can manipulate. And the other thing too is push up underneath there. Really work. Don't be afraid to pick it up and maneuver it around and massage. You can see how it bubbles and then shrinks. Yes, don't worry too much. Yeah, I know it picks up all the everything that you've got there. And you can roll up on itself too. If you want to sort of stiffen your sides. What do you think? Now I'm going to cut it down.
Yeah.
Now
We should cut it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
It's fine.
yeah.
It's
So
fine.
see how you can feel that it's just a little bit bigger than the pattern?
Yeah.
Oh, than the actual mold underneath. So I've got a lot of room there. So when you add all that up, we can also get a tape measure too. So you measure the circumference of your head just above the eyebrow, and then transform that around there to get your right measurement.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that there's a thickness of felt there too. But I quite like that. Hey, sheep. Sheep going past. Hello, Ma. Okay. So, when we're cutting it down, we can either measure across and keep it, but though, keeping in mind, you can actually follow your brim there of the hat, and if you wanted to take it, you can still stretch.
Put it over there and then cut along.
Absolutely. Well, this one has no brim, but you like this shape, do you? Do you like that shape? You want to use that shape? Yep. No problem. Yep. Beautiful. Okay, so I am going to, by eye, you can also, to get your base shape, is cut it out on a piece of builder's plastic.
Yeah.
So you can do your measurements there of the width of your brim and cut it out and then use that as a template. And you can do that after it's dry too. And then we'll consolidate those cut edges. So a little trick when cutting, try to keep it in one cut.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And just take your time, that's it. Sometimes you can put a nice binding band around it, which gives you a nice straight edge. I'm just going to trim off a bit more of mine at this side. Wow, how's that looking? Okay, once you're happy with your shape and your finished product, we now rinse it completely in. Would you find
not perfect?
Oh, yeah. Let's make it perfect. You can take it off if you find it's, and then we can put it back on. Voila. So we just put it there, and then you can have a look above. That might help you. So you make it all in one cut till you finish. Otherwise you get the start. Yes, that's exactly right. And that just gives us a neater finish. And that's why we need good sharp scissors. And then around here, yes. Do you want to take a look? Oh, no, 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 I don't. No. So look at it from above overall. That's beautiful. You got your lovely colour. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, we're just going to go rinse, and we'll rinse your hat completely of soap. A good trick is to, when you rinse it, take it off your mold, rinse your mold completely of soap, hold your hat at the front. You can squeeze it, but every bit of soap has to come out. Then we'll be back. We pop it back on the mold and pat without any soap or hot water. Then we leave it to dry in that shape. So we okay, so we're back and we've completely rinsed our hat molds and we've completely rinsed our hats. I've still got hold of the front. This is where your towel comes in handy. Pop that down and we're going to place it back on our molds, and we're going to just pat back into place. Yes, because it has a memory. Yep, we'll turn it around and feel your shape. So, yeah, see, it sits better there, doesn't it? Yeah. So if you can pick it up and re-stretch your hat. And yes. There's your seam there. You can just feel your seam there. But you're seamless. Beautiful. Oh, that's a great colour. Look at that colour. That is fantastic. Don't worry, we'll do colour as well. Beautiful. You can try it on for size, so you can take it off. Now,
Should I cut off?
well, take it off your hat. So this is slightly bigger, so that's good. What do you think? Okay. Now I might just have to cut that little bit there. Oh, show the people. Great! Fantastic! Now, what we do, once we are happy with our shape, with what your shape is, keep it on your mold to dry. Probably about 70% dry, or so that it can stand up by itself without the mold, and you're fairly happy with the shape that it's setting. Because as I said, and I keep saying, is that wool has a memory. Whatever way it dries, that's the way it will stay. So if it gets, well, keeping our hat clean is simple. You don't have to wet it completely. Basically popping it out in the sun will sterilize, open the fibers up, get out any dirt. If you do have a stain or a dirt, just get a cloth with a little bit of diluted vinegar and give it a wipe and just leave it to dry. Don't over wet. And there. So all they need now is a band, a hat band, which can be made up of leather thonging, some yarn plaited, another felt band, etc. If at this stage you wanted a band, is fantastic. Also to tie. So a leather thonging you can tie and tighten on your head. So if it's a little bit bigger, then you can tie it. And if it's windy day, you can tighten. You can bead it. Bit of a commotion. And I think I'm happy with that. As you can see how the moisture has drawn, the towel has drawn the moisture out. It helps out the actual process of drying. And there we go. I think I'm happy with that. I think Marta will be happy with that. Do you think, Marta? Beautiful. And we pinch. You can also tack up a side, like so. And that you can just do with one stitch. Fabulous. Well, there you go. 2 gorgeous hats. Thank you for watching Tabandy Farm Country Hat. Enjoy, good luck with your own projects, and please don't hesitate to contact me at www.tabandyfarm.com. Thank you. Say bye, Hannah.
Bye.